Hell yeah. All right. Phone on Do Not Disturb.
My phone has been on Do Not Disturb. You are late to the game.
That's fair. Water. Sipped.
I have 2/3 of my water left and a lot of coughing left to do.
YouTube tab closed. It's
I
podcast
have Anime
time.
News Network open.
I also have Anime News. Oh, hell yeah, dog. There is not. I don't know, dude. I've been like trying to find a way to get like news, but I don't know if I like a lot of this stuff. I just don't know if I care that much about it.
I mean, if it's on Fox News, I don't care. If it's on CNN, I don't care. If it's on MSNBC, I don't care.
You sleep. Yo, dog, do you hear that great hot take from Joe Biden?
Oh, yeah.
His latest hot take of do not worry, I will not change the status quo during my presidency. Damn, son.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the other hot take with the when he was talking about a separationist who was well-mannered and never called him boy, only ever called him son.
Oh, jeez. This is episode 27 of Trash Chan. I think I found my John Smith voice.
Yeah, that was.
Oh, geez. All right. That's our politics discussion for the episode.
I could keep going. I have so much to say.
I don't think we're supposed to. I don't think
I don't think we're supposed to either.
Yeah.
I mean, I am allowed to.
You are allowed
freedom
to.
Of speech,
okay, you know what? Something I forgot to talk about at Fanime is that I forced myself to watch some Boruto.
Oh, why?
It's it's not that bad.
I know, but it's yeah, go ahead, continue.
Why do you I don't know, like, is it as bad as Disney re-releasing Endgame with probably approximately like 20 more minutes of footage that are just cut because they want to tap Avatar in the greatest box office or, universally made, globally made money in the movie theater? No, I don't think, the House of Mouse, even though they own every top movie right now, they gotta get their Endgame on the tippity top.
They own like all the top 10 best-selling movies of all time, right?
Let me see here. Top selling movies. Let us go to.
If they don't, then they definitely own like the top 3.
Let's go to Mental Floss. All right, we got Avatar. They own it. Avengers Endgame. They own it. Titanic, I don't think they own it. Star Wars.
Actually, they technically do.
Oh my god, you're right. Titanic, they own it. Star Wars, they own it. Avengers Infinity War, they own it. Jurassic World.
The top 5 right there.
Jurassic World, they don't own it. Marvel's The Avengers,
they own the top 5.
Dale, I don't think they
own the top 5.
But I don't think they own Titanic the movie.
Movies
I don't think they do they? I don't think they own Titanic anymore. Or like I don't think they ever. Let me see here.
No, they bought the studio that made Titanic.
Did
they? On a technicality, they can say that they own it.
But what was the studio?
Paramount?
Oh, no, that's right. Yeah, 20th Century Fox made it. Oh my god, dude. They own the top. They own everything. Oh no. They own Hulu. Dude, Netflix is the only.
Screw Trump and his 5-letter word. We're looking for the mouse.
The mouse, the House of Mouse.
I just want golden Mickey Mouse everywhere. I'm going to get in my Mickey car and go to my Mickey job.
Oh, God. I'm sorry. I don't think they don't own Jurassic World, right?
Yeah, I don't think they do.
I don't think they do. Where's the Wikipedia page?
I mean, we can say they don't, but just to be sure, we can say they will.
They don't, but the production company, like Legendary, I don't think they would. And distributed by Universal? Nah, dude. I don't think they want Legendary, dude.
What, you don't believe that you don't believe the rumors that Mickey Mouse actually just owns the government? The UN is sponsored by Disney.
Okay, so legitimately they own 8 of the top 10 all-time selling movies. But I guess it counts, right? Because Disney technically profited off of the $2 billion that Titanic made in a non-direct way, but oh god, dude. Oh, this is why we have an anime podcast. Because if we try to do we're just like the pop culture guys and we make the jokes and which is what we do. But I wouldn't be able to talk about anything because I just don't go and see these movies.
I do go and see a lot of movies. I would actually just be more scared of saying the wrong thing and then Disney coming after me.
Maybe.
Like, I don't want to wake up with like a Mickey Mouse mask in front of me with just like a knife in hand.
Oh no. Oh,
that'd be terrifying to wake up to.
Dude, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. That Harry Potter was supposed to be our bastion of hope, but they keep fucking it up. They keep fucking it up. It's a fucking shitty ass movie. Shitty movie series. Have you watched? All right. Anyways, okay, we're done. We're done here. We got some anime news.
All the Harry Potter movies, in case you're wondering.
Yeah, but I meant like the Fantastic Beasts. Do you watch those at all?
I did. I watched those.
I don't. I have no opinion.
Trust me, to me. Yeah. So that is the same way I feel about Boruto.
Sure. Okay. Fair enough. Well, I wasn't really that big of a. Okay. Listen, Gabe. I've been holding this in.
We're trying to transition back into anime.
I've been holding this in for a long time, but I have to say it. I have to come out. I'm not that big of a fan of Harry Potter. I think it's pretty mediocre.
Oh, no, I do too. And I am still going to tell people that I'm diehard Ravenclaw.
Okay.
Because I still think it's the best of the four houses.
Okay.
And it gives me an opportunity to just shit on all the other houses.
I feel my brain cells screaming as we continue this conversation about what house you're in. I don't. Okay, season 4 of My Hero Academia.
That's just such a Hufflepuff thing to say, Dale.
Season 4 of My Hero Academia. Are we excited for this? It's coming out in October.
I am excited to see how they do the upcoming fight scenes.
Okay.
I still need to, and I should say want to catch up with the manga, because I stopped right around where the end of season 3 stopped.
Okay.
So I'm basically at the same pace with the anime, which is unfortunate because I know a lot of good things come in after. So I want to start reading up on that before season 4 comes out.
Man, I saw this news and I got to thinking. I got to thinking about season 3 and one of the greatest moments in My Hero Academia, which of course is United States of Smash.
Please don't say it like that. That sounded so sexual. That sounded so creepy.
I started thinking about it and how, I don't know, dude. Is it weird? I really wish All Might would have died. I wanted All Might to actually, for realsies, die.
Oh, okay.
Like, yeah, I understand.
He figuratively died.
But it's a spiritual death, Dale. He lost his powers. Oh, no. I don't know. I thought the whole point of My Hero Academia was that, like, the powers weren't that important. It's about how you use them. But maybe I'm wrong.
No, Dale, you're super wrong. Come on, we have to be superficial here. It's not about how you use something. It's about how good that something is.
Yeah, I just, like, God. I got, like, I was like, I saw the news, and then I had a long drive, and so I was just thinking about My Hero Academia for several hours with nothing else to distract me, and I gotta say, like, I just don't think it's good anymore. So thus, I'm not excited for season 4.
I think you're not excited for season 4 for the same reason that we're no longer excited for the upcoming seasons of Overlord.
Maybe, but like that's just because like drop of quality. I'm still like kind of excited for like the plot points. I'm interested in the plot points still.
But that's the problem is like if the plot points, if like 24 episodes come out,
but I'll still watch it. I'll still watch it. I'll still watch Overlord. Yeah. Because to me, Overlord is far more interesting than shonen anime 20th century, you know?
How can you be isekai trash and not be shonen trash, though?
Listen, I'm really not isekai trash. I just get real hyped the first 10 episodes and then realize that there's this fundamental problem and that it's an anime. And it's hard for me to explain where this
There's a contrarian within yourself
so weird.
that hates you for who you are.
So weird. Well, okay, I have this thing where like I feel like there are fundamental blocks of story. We can call it the hero's journey, the hero's circle. Of a guy decided to read a whole bunch of mythology and then the Bible a long time ago, and because of it we have like Star Wars now. There's your history lesson. So I just like I'm not interested in what happens to these characters anymore in My Hero Academia specifically. While in Overlord I could watch the next season because I really, really hope they're going to do something cool. I'm very aware that my expectations will be subverted into me thinking that it's going to be a good season of anime, and the subversion is that it's not. So thus I know what's going to happen. I know what's going to happen in My Hero Academia. I just know, because they're cowards and they won't kill All Might, even though All Might needs to die, because Deku still has his safety net of his mentor. And the whole point is that he needs to die so that, Deku goes forth and claims his journey as his own. So,
You missed the opportunity to just say, so he goes plus ultra.
Yeah, but I'm not a fan. I'm not looking for the circle jerk brownie points here. I'm here to have a theoretical literature philosophy discussion, Gabe. That's what the people come here for. They don't come here for our quirky characters that we portray on the show, such as the nerd that I sometimes do a voice for, or our personalities. No, I assume people listen to this because they're trying to fall asleep.
That's why I listen to it. So,
oh God,
I 100% agree.
Right?
All Might does need to die for the story to actually like progress in a.
Yeah, because what's gonna happen? This is what's gonna. Okay, listen. This is what's gonna. Are you ready? Okay, here's the rest of My Hero Academia Season 4. We're going to start off the season with a school arc where Deku needs to learn that he's stronger than he actually thinks he is. Bakugo is going to be a dick, and there's going to be more sexual tension between Deku and Best Girl. And then we're going to move to a villain arc where Deku will have to realize that he is stronger than he is, and then he's going to get his ass fucking kicked. Deku is going to get his ass kicked so fucking hard, and then he's going to cry to All Might, and then All Might is going to tell him that he is stronger than he actually is. And then Deku's gonna punch the villain real fucking hard. And then depending on how many episodes that takes, guess what? We're going right back to that fucking school arc where what does Deku need to learn? That he's stronger than he actually is. And that is season 4 of My Hero Academia. And I will eat something that's edible. If I'm wrong.
You will suck an egg.
I will. I don't know. Come up with a challenge for me, listeners, because that's what's going to happen with My Hero Academia. Overlord, who knows? I don't read the light novel nor the manga, so it's like fucking anything could happen. There's going to be a big war. There's probably going to be CG armies that I'm going to be disappointed about.
I really don't want to see another CG army.
I don't, but we're going to get it. It doesn't. Gabe,
I know.
We'll never be happy. Watching anime is a folly for entertainment. You just watch it because you're fucking trash, and that whatever the Japanese put in their fucking animation, that's just what you need, and we all know what it is, but we're not gonna say it out loud because it reveals just how fucking shallow we are as consumers.
Are you talking about fan service?
I'm talking about titties, yeah.
Yeah, titties. Yeah.
So
good. I was gonna go right into the conspiracy that there's some sort of mind control stuff with the art.
Sure.
Have you heard that conspiracy theory?
No. I mean, I don't. Gabe. Let's not. Are you talking about the bright colors? What do you wait? Hold. Okay, now I'm curious. What are you even talking about?
You can literally look this up, but there's like a whole conspiracy theory that the way that they use the art along with the music, depending on the colors and the contrast, blah blah blah, words and stuff, affects the way we receive it and creates a quasi mind control effect for us to want more of anime and fall more in love with Japan.
No, it's because we just like animation, but like, we really don't get like a anime that's a 20-year-old doesn't feel guilty consuming. Well, actually, really what it is.
I do not feel guilty consuming any anime.
No, yeah, that's right. But like, you're not going to are you going to admit that you like Chowder as a 25-year-old? Assuming that Chowder is coming out?
I didn't like Chowder, though. I didn't like him as a 10-year-old, as a 15-year-old.
Yeah, dude.
Why would I like it now?
Yeah, well, that's what, anyways, all right.
Anyways,
anime, you get to feel cool because it's technically something for it's foreign.
It helps
animation.
You make friends when you move to college.
Yeah,
I found that out firsthand.
I don't want anime friends. Nobody must know. No one must know what I do as a hobby.
People are definitely gonna find out. I will make sure of it.
That's fair. I just like Fully Cooley. It's a good anime. I want more anime. I want more anime that's Fully Cooley. I don't want another season of insert shonen boy doing shonen boy things, and then there's the female counterpart, and then there's the adversary counterpart that's like, he won't be a villain. You're gonna have to fucking find that shit out in 10 years, homie. And
yeah, but we're all just sheeple being led.
I just want like a show with like a tight 6 episodes, and that's what Fully Cooley gives to me. Every season of Fully Cooley. Hot take, I think all 3 seasons of Fully Cooley are pretty good. One of them's better than the others. Surprise, surprise. My answer may surprise you. It's the first one.
Oh, what? I never saw that coming.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god.
But I thoroughly enjoy anime that makes you think. Anime that makes you I don't know. Anime that makes you think. Fully Cooley.
You're talking about anime that isn't anime.
I'm talking about anime where their problems aren't solved by punching them harder. I got enough of that. I watched Dragon Ball. It's the same thing. Do you know? All right, here's the hot take for Dragon Ball.
Wait, does that mean you did or did not like Death Note?
I didn't watch Death Note. Still haven't watched it. You know what people keep telling me? Is that Death Note is an anime that makes you think, so I should watch it because I'll probably like it. Do you want to know why I never watched Death Note and I still cringe?
People keep recommending it and telling you that it's an anime.
No, I cringe at the thought of Death Note because I think of that same kid from high school who thought Death Note was the greatest thing that has ever happened and that is the greatest show, and he based his entire life off of being Light or L or whoever these main characters are, and he had a notebook that he took his actual school notes in that said Death Note on it. No, it wasn't a branded Death Note. It was just a composition journal that said Death Note on it. And so thus I don't watch it. Make sense?
Fuck.
Yeah. We all know
so
all know that kid. Maybe
that's so cringy.
Maybe you were that kid, and I
was not that child.
I'm sorry, listeners at home, if you were that kid.
I hope that you have found a better way to live your life if you were that kid.
Nah, dude, live your life. If you want to be L from Death Note, go right ahead. I support your decision.
Don't be L. Don't be the second L. Just be the first you.
Damn, that's some motivational ass shit.
Instagram quotes.
Damn, son, I love that. All right. Fully Cooley came out in the 2000s. It's an OVA. I keep forgetting that it's actually an OVA. Not that there's a major difference as to what a anime versus an OVA is, but an OVA is original video anime, which is something that's Who fucking cares? 6 episodes, fully coolly, fully coolly. I'm gonna call
original surprise.
I'm gonna call it proper, right? Fully coolly proper, fully coolly prime.
I literally just call it fully coolly.
Fully coolly, but I don't know. Maybe
because the other ones I have to say fully coolly progressive, fully coolly alternative.
But no, I just say alternative and progressive.
Yeah, so you have fully coolly, which is a separate thing from progressive and alternative. Unless you're talking about politics, in which case you're fucked.
I guess.
But we try to stay away from that.
Yeah. Only we designate the first 10 minutes of every episode for our politics takes, and then our editor, Hale Danson, cuts it all out.
Hale, have you started paying Hale? Like, he's a good guy.
No, I don't pay him. What? Are you fucking insane?
What?
We don't make money off of this.
Not even by this sponsor?
No. Our sponsor, Gynax, the greatest anime makers of all time.
You know how much I would love to be sponsored? Go back in time to get sponsored by Gynax.
I don't know if anime studios sponsor podcasts. So Gynax, they made a couple of good anime. There's a small indie one that Netflix is releasing as a Netflix original this weekend called Evangelion. Pretty good. Pretty aight. And then they also, partnered with Production IG to make Fully Coolly. And then Production IG ran off and did their own thing. Production IG, what are they known for other than a soon-to-be Sherlock anime that I'll probably watch?
Wait, they have a soon-to-be Sherlock anime?
Yeah, 2019, it's going to be a Sherlock anime. It's going to be amazing.
Holy shit.
Crap, I actually cannot remember what I liked from Production IG. Help me out here. Is it their OVAs?
Give me a second.
Is it their...
Ghost in the Shell?
Ghost in the Shell. Oh my god, thank you so much. Oh, and they also did the films. They did the end of Evangelion, and then they did Death and Rebirth of Evangelion.
They did Guilty Crown.
Kill Bill. The animation. All kinds of good stuff. So that's right, Psycho-Pass the movie. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Oh god, Psycho-Pass. That's a good show. Have you watched Psycho-Pass yet?
I have not.
Okay, we're adding that to the invisible list of animes that we all need to watch. So Fully Coolly.
I see here the Sherlock one.
Yeah. I'm a little excited for the Sherlock one.
Why does this look like just a K-pop cover band? What the hell?
The Sherlock one?
Yeah. You got the kid crouching down. You got the one dude like rubbing his neck. You got the one guy just like he's got to hold his hat.
Oh, hell
it's
yeah.
All from, like, a downward
shit.
angle,
oh,
upward.
You're super correct. Oh, hell yeah, dude.
This is just a B-boy cover band.
Kind of. I have like a weird, strange weakness for Sherlockian stories. It's why I like Lucifer so much.
Is that because they make you think?
No, it's just, I don't know. I just think like they're fun little mysteries. I like to see how the story like progresses and is changed, I like to see like how the Moriartys and the Holmes and the... Excuse me. Who is Sherlock's crush? I've forgotten the name. Do you remember? No?
No, I do not. I will say, I also enjoy a lot of the Sherlockian style movies and shows that we've received over the last like 5 to 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
I just wish that they would be a little more realistic with his like personal issues.
What?
Like his like drug addiction. Like he has a huge problem with that. He's not like a big people person.
Yeah, I don't think you've watched the good adaptations then.
Which one?
Like any of them.
I've seen like all of them. Which ones am I missing?
Like House. House is wonderful.
Oh yeah,
and it's a Sherlockian
House
story.
does a wonderful job.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think the Robert Downey Jr., the Sherlock Holmes films do a pretty good job.
I thought those ones were okay.
We don't talk about Sherlock the BBC series though.
I prefer that one over the Robert Downey Jr. one.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you watch all of it?
Yes.
And the stuff with the sister didn't irritate you?
It did.
Okay.
I'd still prefer it to.
Oh,
yeah.
Boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Wow. Gabe, dude. Like, I don't like, you know me, I love telling people that their opinions are wrong all the time, but like, I don't know how that opinion is correct in any way, shape, or form. The first season's dope. I love the first season of Sherlock BBC. But like, fuck, dude.
It's like any other show. It started off high, starting to go downhill, but overall I still prefer it to the movies, to the American movies. Why am I forgetting Robert Downey Jr.? Why did I just blank on his name? Jesus
God.
Christ.
Dude. That is wild to me. Like, those Sherlock movies are like perfectly palatable. I think they're like good. They're fine. They're not the most amazing thing in the world, but
No, exactly. I think they're like okay, they're watchable, but I don't think they're like worth rewatching. Whereas I find the BBC show worth rewatching.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We're gonna
House
move on.
Is definitely worth rewatching.
But that's because it's a good show.
That is the top Sherlockian show.
Also, another hot take: Elementary, the not CW,
NBC.
NBC. Thank you. Elementary. That's really good. It's actually a really good Sherlock thing.
Is it actually?
Yeah, it's not bad.
Oh,
I haven't watched. I've like sat down and like watched it because it'll probably be this is the issue with like all of these like American main brand CBS, CW, AMC crime shows. Is they're really like predictable once you've watched a couple of them. I grew up watching these as like the drivel that's just on so you can watch TV on the weekdays because your parents don't let you watch what you want to watch on the weekdays. You have to watch whatever they're watching. So we're watching things like NCIS, all of them, every type of NCIS, every type of CSI, Miami, New York, whatever. Watched a lot of Law and Order. So you get like, there's like a rhythm that you get into. And so you have to watch these things, not for the individual episodes, but like the season spanning stories, because that's the only thing that's actually interesting about them. My recent enjoyment has been Lucifer on Netflix. It's really good. It's not okay. I shouldn't say that.
Good Omens on Amazon.
Good Omens is amazing. I haven't actually. So I haven't watched the Amazon series yet, but I have read the book out twice now. Actually.
Oh, okay. Check out the Amazon series. Let me know what you think. Yeah, because I absolutely love that.
I'm gonna watch it when a different buddy of mine starts watching it, but I think he's waiting to read the book first. But yes, Good Omens is fantastic. Absolutely love it. Everybody should read the book at least. I cannot say whether or not the TV series is good on Amazon, but, you know, Gabe said it's good, so take that as you will. This is still a guy that thinks Sherlock BBC is acceptable as entertainment. Anyways, Fully Cooley, the ultimate Sherlock.
Is it?
No.
Is she?
No, not even remotely. I just had to get a segue.
I don't think there's a whole lot of hanky-panky in Sherlock.
Yeah, there is. You gotta be watching the right Sherlock and reading the right Sherlock. All right.
You're right. I gotta go onto Pornhub Sherlock.
No, just AO3. Came out in 2000. Glad we got back here. There's. It came out originally as an anime. There's a light novel series and there's a manga series. I have the anime in various digital forms. I have the omnibus for the manga. I don't think I'll ever really get the novel series unless it's like right there in my face. Like I'm not searching out for that. Then recently, they made a one production IG made this wonderful announcement for 2 more seasons. And I just like, I just remember watching it like, oh shit, dude, the video, like, you know, YouTube video, Fully Cooley season 2. Or like new Fully Cooley, I should say. And I hear the pillows and they're jamming out and it's wonderful. It's a song called The Spiky Seeds. I'm feeling it again. I'm suddenly back in 2009 when I originally watched Fully Cooley. And then they put on the screen Fully Cooley 2. And I'm like, yes, this is what I need. And then there's a beat and then they put Fully Cooley 3 and I lose my mind. And, you know, after some contemplation, I decided the expectations for these 2 seasons are going to be so high, I will not watch it until I make a podcast with a friend and we force each other to watch it. And then I approach them fairly. We've already had this discussion. Sorry to break the fourth wall. That episode is gone forever. And I've thought about it some more since then, and I like all 3 seasons. Gabe, your opinions?
Really? Okay. I still like seasons 1 and 2.
Sure.
I'm still not a fan of season 3.
Okay, that's fair. That's fine. I think in my ranking, it's like Fully Cooley is on top, obviously. I still like alternative more than progressive, and then there's progressive. If we were to like rank them by like physical objects and their height, Fully Cooley is obviously like on Mount Everest. And then Fully Cooley alternative is like maybe the Eiffel Tower. And no, we'll call it the tower in Dubai, whatever that tower is. And then we'll call, I don't know, Fully Cooley progressive like a 3-story house. Still like them. It's a good house. It's a nice house. It's a house that anybody would love to live in. Still a 3-story house.
I switch the tower in Dubai and the 3-story house.
Sure.
And I'm right there with you.
Okay, fair.
Just switch progressive and alternative, and I got you.
Yeah,
on that.
This is one of those shows where legitimately it's like you've either, when you ask somebody, hey, have you ever seen Fully Cooley? It's either yes, I love the show, or what the fuck are you talking about? I don't meet very many people like me who are like, this anime is 90% of my personality. Yeah.
I will say the people that have recommended Fully Cooley to me will usually recommend it like first.
As like
above
the first?
Everything else. As just like, what are some anime recommendations? Ooh, if you haven't seen it, check out Fully Cooley.
Yeah.
That's number 1. And then they go down the list through literally everything else.
As much as I love the show.
Death Note, Death Parade, blah, blah, blah.
As much as I love the show, I strongly disagree. You don't start people out on Fully Cooley. It's a weird meal. You got to start them off with something familiar, you know.
Fully Cooley has everything that is
no. You got to start them off with like
anime,
like a Caesar salad, their appetizer, right? If they like fantasy,
no, you just dive in.
No, you're
fuck
so
the salad.
wrong.
Fuck the
you're
little bites.
so wrong, dude.
That's why we have like Naruto and Inuyasha.
No.
Old school that you can nibble on.
No. Those are the buffets that you go to. You know, like the when you're like, listen, man, Gabe, it is I, John Smith, your roommate. I know that you're into anime, and
God, I hope I don't have a roommate. I
would
Smith
like to, you know, I'm more of a sports guy, you know. I'm like, I really like basketball, and being that we're gonna be roomies, I really want to, like, you know, I want to have some shared interests. So like, you know, maybe, you know, if you're around on like the last quarter of the Warriors game, dude, you like sit down and like we could like drink some beers, but and you can do that for me, and I will watch some anime for you. Yeah, I like Dragon Ball Z when I was growing up, but I know that you are more of a man of culture. I don't know where this character's going, but you understand.
Where did John Smith go?
You don't tell John Smith, the guy that likes basketball, to watch Fully Cooley.
Oh, hell yeah, I do.
Maybe you, Gabe, then you're not going to have friends.
It fits into his short attention span.
No,
he can just enjoy the crazy colors that hit his eyeballs.
You give him a steak, like a nice iceberg lettuce salad with, you know, with some relish on it.
Don't start people off slow. That's how people get bored and
jump
dude,
off. Because Fully
Why do you
Cooley
think people
is too
jumped
much.
Off the Titanic? Because they decided to sink after they hit one little iceberg.
Gabe, it took me like 5 times to actually like really comprehend what Fully Cooley is about, right? Like, I didn't know why I loved it so much.
It's about. But don't tell me that you didn't enjoy the hell out of it the first time.
But you still tell the guy to watch the basketball anime, and then you go, hey, dude, are you more of a fantasy guy or are you more of a sci-fi guy?
No,
and then he probably says,
questions first,
right? And then he says, like, I'm more of a sci-fi guy. So then you go with Cowboy Bebop, and then you're like, all right, dude, now here, Like, that was the steak. That was the real meat and potatoes of his anime palette. And then you bring him that cocktail that's like fucking nuts, and it's gonna really fucking knock him on his ass. And that's what Fully Cooley is. And then in 3 years down the line, he'll like remember like, oh yeah, that, you know, like that salad, it was a good salad. That steak and mashed potatoes, that was a good steak and mashed potatoes. But then in the back of his mind, he knows that he will never have as good of a cocktail that Fully Cooley is, right? That's what you do.
I'm just hungry now, and I dislike you for it.
Me too. I skipped dinner. I'm gonna have to eat after this podcast. So,
you didn't have dinner, my dude?
Come on. I mean, like, don't worry about it. I got home late.
Okay.
So, right, that's what Fully Cooley is. Fully Cooley is that
Fully
cocktail,
Cooley is a crazy cocktail
that is like so good, and it was perfectly mixed, and it's in that one bar in that one town that you don't remember anymore. But luckily, you know, the internet exists, so you can find it again and you can redo it. And then like the other two cocktails are like still really good because they have all the same ingredients, but there was just something about the first one that was so much better.
You've put in so much emotion into this.
Yeah, because it's a really fucking good show, Gabe.
It is.
And it's a very important
crazy
show.
Cocktail that you remember for the rest of your life.
Listen.
But it is worth watching.
Everybody loves Avatar.
Regardless of where you are in your anime career.
Everybody loves Avatar, right? Avatar.
Which one?
I mean, like, everybody likes the blue people Avatar, but I mean The Last Airbender.
Okay, good.
I don't know a single person that, like, even if they weren't, like, super big fans, you know, they're like, oh, yeah, dude. Again, John Smith goes like, oh, yeah, bro. Ah, dude. I watched Avatar growing up when I was like in elementary school. All right, I found my John Smith voice, by the way.
Okay, finally, there we go. You promise to stick to this voice?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
And John Smith, he's like, yeah, dude. Oh, you know, I just there was something about it. You know, it wasn't quite like anything else that I'd ever really seen before. You know, like I heard that it was like based off of like Japanese cartoons. I guess you call it anime, like. Dude, what should I watch? And if they approach you like that, you obviously say, you point them to the direction of Full Metal Alchemist, and then you say, hey, did you like that animation style of Avatar The Last Airbender? He goes, oh yeah, dude, it really left this long-lasting impression on me from my childhood youth of this adventurous story of these children saving the world. I really liked it. You go, well, the lead animator of Fully Cooley got his inspiration the lead animator of Avatar The Last Airbender got his inspiration from Fully Cooley, so maybe you should watch that. It's only 6 episodes. And he goes, oh yeah, sweet dude, thanks, I'll watch it this weekend while I'm doing my squats.
So long and so bad.
And there you have it, right? And then boom, you got him hooked on Fully Cooley.
I don't know any guy who goes, dude, yeah, like, dude, yeah. Yeah, that left like a really positive, long-lasting impression for me, man. Yeah.
You gotta hang out with the right people, Gabe.
If John Smith talks like that and is a full-on jock and knows the word pathological, I will stand up and applaud right there.
Listen, dude, all right, yeah, sure, like my basketball like scholarship helped me get in, but I'm honestly looking at like a literary degree and like probably like a psychology minor, all right? I really want to write children's. Okay, we're done here.
You've given John so much more to live for. I'm really excited to see where John takes his next step in life.
Hey, I love John Smith. He's a real cool guy. So, want to know something funny?
What's sad is I'm just thinking about Travis now.
Okay. Something that I find kind of interesting is that when Fully Cooley first came out, it wasn't actually popular. In Japan, it was here that it got popular. Like Adult Swim, I don't know, like bought the rights and then they dubbed it, and then all of a sudden it just exploded again, like as that weird Japanese, oh, look at the weird Japanese anime, it's about a girl on a Vespa and a TV boy, and then you watch it and then it means something more. And I think we're going to have the same exact conversation like when we watch Evangelion, because it's coming out this weekend, so we're of course going to watch it for the pod. So we're going to like we're gonna sit down and like, again, why do you watch Evangelion? Well, it's got the real cool fucking robots, dude, and like the robots, they're not fighting robots, and they're not like fighting like the weird like kaijus. They're these weird things. They keep calling them angels, right? And then you watch it and you're like, oh shit, oh look at these robots fighting each other, and then by the end you have your existential crisis. Same thing with Fooly Cooly, but you kind of go in. When they were writing Fooly Cooly, they kind of understood that they're going to try to give you an existential crisis about growing up because it's a coming of age story about Naoto.
I never really had an existential crisis.
I don't think you watched it at the right time. I think you had to watch it when you were in your early teens to really I
think I had already like taken the full brunt of my psychological damage from adolescence.
Sure.
That at that point, it just like, I looked back and I went, yeah, no, this is crazy and it's fucked up and it passes so quickly. And that's honestly how I think back to my own adolescence. And I think that's how a lot of other people see it too.
Exactly.
So,
and like, that's why
in that sense, like, yeah, it resonates really, really
It does.
well.
It really does. And like, again, like you're talking to a guy who literally has like, I watch this series like once or twice a year easily. And so I know it. And one thing, like, I don't want to, like I said, I always say, I don't want to get into plot for plot breakdown because I feel like that's not like a fun discussion. So, but like in Fooly Cooly, what I've noticed is that the first one is about growing up, right? Naota is the issue, the adolescent issue that he's having is that he feels that there is nothing going on and that life is extremely boring. He's caught in this rut of doing homework, hanging out with a girl that like, gives him affection, like that physical affection, but obviously he's not like that into it, but he, there's that primal need to get it. But like, that's it. But by the end of the show, he realizes that the excitement in his life needs to be from himself, that he needs to go out and he needs to go do the thing, right? When, his first line, nothing ever really happens here. But then like compared to the last one where he's like hanging out with friends his own age, he's not being used as this emotional body pillow. And he also is like, he's also still looking forward and doing the right things. And that's what Fooly Cooly is about. But then we go to Fooly Cooly Progressive, and that one is more about like this getting rid of this like nihilistic take. In Fooly Cooly Progressive, the main character, who I forgot his name. Oh no, Gabe, it was supposed to be pulled up, but it wasn't, because I am a bad podcaster. Hibajiri. Yeah. She is like this like nihilistic character who puts her headphones on and just wants to ignore everything that's going on. And by the end of the series, she understands that no, she needs to take action because life demands action. And then alternative, of course, the main character who I also didn't pull up because I'm a bad podcaster. Kana. In Fooly Cooly Alternative, hers is more about change and how she doesn't want it and how change is bad because friends move away and you have to deal with adult things, etc., etc., etc. And in Fooly Cooly Alternative, she learns that that's just part of life and that you're going to have to, but you also have the capabilities to deal with it. When she goes like Super Saiyan at the end and makes a fucking black hole. It's pretty cool. Pretty good shit. That's why I like it.
So I was gonna go back to what you were saying before, because like that's the nice simplistic breakdown of the 3 seasons of just like they all refer to growth, but specifically different kinds of growth, like finding self-confidence, finding hope, accepting change. If like you want to be super simplistic, what I really wanted to ask you about was, I think the reason you and I like and dislike, not really dislike, but the reason we switch 2 and 3, the way we feel about Progressive, we feel oppositely about it for the same reason, if I remember correctly. So I personally, I agree with you. Fooly Cooly is like definitely the best one.
Yeah,
like that shit's so, oh god, it's so good. I want to actually rewatch it, like really bad. Progressive tries to keep up with the same kind of spirit, the same kind of ambiguity that the original had. Mm-hmm. And even though you can clearly tell like it's trying to hold on to what the original gave you, it's still willing to do something just slightly different. And I liked it for that reason. Mm-hmm. Where I think, if I remember correctly, you telling me that you didn't like the fact that it was trying too hard to be the original Fooly Cooly.
So, because like for me, what it felt like is like, of course, yeah, in storytelling, you have plot and you have story. And so we take Fooly Cooly and it's like has its own thing. But then in Fooly Cooly Progressive, I felt like it was trying to tell the same, like they were using the same plot, but then they just tried to like color shift the story. While in Alternative, it's the same story, but a totally different plot. Make sense?
Yeah. No, I get that.
Because, like, again, like, well, also a lot of the reasons why I didn't like Progressive as much is because in Fooly Cooly, there is this weird government entity, right? Where it's kind of like represents the existential threat, or an external threat, maybe not existential, where it's an external threat of our character, of the whole not our characters, but like I guess like the setting, right? Like the whole town. There's this government entity, it's this weird guy with eyebrows, and he's like, listen, like the weird chick with the orange hair is like trying to summon some evil pirate alien man, and we don't want that to happen. And then a whole bunch of other crazy stuff happens, like these irons and this explosive baseball. Like there's so many weird things in that. If you haven't watched Fooly Cooly, I'm talking nonsense, but if you have seen it, then you understand what I'm talking about. That but then in Progressive, they're like talking and it's like, oh, like we're going to tell you the mechanics of how everything works. But that's not what Fooly Cooly has ever been about, and I don't think that's why people care so much about Fooly Cooly. They're not sitting here like, oh dude, NO portals so sick, right? Where maybe in a mech anime you care about the mechanics of how these things work. At least for me, and I think the people that like Fooly Cooly like I do, and the reason why Fooly Cooly is so important to them, they don't, when Mamimi says she's going to overflow in Fooly Cooly, it's just this weird line because she's weird and she says weird things. This is a girl that writes on her cigarettes. She's weird. She worships a video game god. So, but then in Progressive, you have Haruko like saying like, all right, just tell me where I need to make the portal so you overflow and I get the thing that I need. Right? Like they and then this other person is going like, oh no, Haruka's trying to make her overflow so that way they get Atomisk here. And it's kind of like, well, we don't care about that. Like I care more about Hidomi overcoming her issues, but that didn't happen until the last couple of episodes, where in Fooly Cooly and in Alternative, I feel like it's this constant process of them going through their trials and tribulations to finally getting to the point at the end. Does that make sense?
Okay, yeah.
Right?
I would go back to what I originally thought was the difference between Progressive and the original Fooly Cooly being the way that they kind of follow the main character and their needs. Mm-hmm. Being like Hidomi, like we said, she's super nihilistic. Like it starts off dark. It starts off very isolated. She never wants to take her headphones off, and we never actually know if she's listening to anything. I'm pretty sure she's not, but
I like to imagine that she's listening to the Pillows.
Hopefully. They're good ass band. Mm-hmm. But like with the original one, we see a boy who is like being used, who has no self-confidence, blah blah blah, who's really got like nothing going on in his life, and we see him gain that confidence over time, as well as just like discover life and the rest of the world and all these crazy things that are going on. Mm-hmm. Great. That's like what that character needs. In Hidomi's sense, as someone who's like super nihilistic, who is super unoptimistic and really just lacks any sort of hope in the world, I think for her going through those crazy experiences, but knowing specifically like these are the things that function this way. This is the way the world, this is the way things work because of X, Y, and Z.
Mm-hmm.
And getting that information and seeing those things happen. And even though she now understands, like, you know, this causes this is happening because of this thing, but people are still able to fight back. People are still able to have hope and go after the things that they want and they see things differently than I do, to give her that kind of hope, to kind of take her out of that kind of self-sully that she's put herself into, I think is what that character needs, which is why I feel like I was okay with the way that Progressive, like, almost over-detailed things that we didn't really need to be detailed,
mm-hmm.
if that makes sense.
Sure.
Yeah. So that, again, that's like, that's where I'm seeing it from in that sense.
Yeah. No, I get that, but, like, you know, I guess they're, like I said, like, you know, they color shifted the story, I feel, where, again, it's like she's still learning the same lesson, essentially. And I mean, I guess an alternative, you can say they learn the same lesson of, like, you know, growing up as a process. It's just that, like, Progressive felt more... Well, really what it was is I just didn't care about Hidomi, and I didn't care about Ide, you know, like I thought Goro, which was, you know, the blonde-haired kid that dressed extensive.
You mean the kid that had, like, Naruto's voice?
Kind of, yeah, I guess he kind of did, didn't he? You know, like, I cared more about what these weird characters were doing in the background. The fact that, you know, again, Goro, like, had to, you know, he paid a girl to pretend to be his girlfriend. Like, that is so much more interesting than Hidomi not caring, and that Ide cares, right? Because I think one thing that helped in Fully Cooley is that there were these background characters, but they were, you know, like, they were pretty normal. Like, they're kids that you knew in your town. And in Alternative, they were very normal, but they were also the focus. The focus was the relationship between friends and growing up. And in Progressive, it was like, we have this character whose whole thing is that she wants to ignore what's going on around her. But what's going on around her is fucking so cool. And in Fully Cooley, it's that, like, Naota is a pushover, so he just goes along with it. And in, like, Progressive, it's like, I much rather would have explored Ide, Marco, like, all of them doing weird things, and, you know, Goro doing weird things, while maybe Hidomi takes, like, the weird back seat, and then it's Haruko and Jinyu trying to get her into it more, because she would be, like, the focal point, not the focal point, but, you know, it would be almost serve, like, as an antagonist almost, you know, where, because she, like, is a problem. And anyways, I don't want to try to rewrite Fully Cooley Progressive on this podcast, but, like, that's kind of what it is that, like, there are interesting things, but the things that we get are like, oh yeah, NO portals are like a thing, and, like, it's how aliens use to get around. And if they went fuller on that, something I was mentioning, you know, last recording was, like, I much rather would have had, like, Fully Cooley is, like, this weird, like, action slice of life thing, where I felt like Progressive, like, tried to be more actiony than slice of life, and I wish they would have just completely abandoned that slice of life aspect and just, we went full on, you know, we figure out, like, what where medical mechanica comes from in a cool, interesting way, and yada, yada, yada. If they went hard on it, then I absolutely would have done it, other than saying, like, oh, these random things that we just kind of did in Fully Cooley have universal mechanical, you know, principles surrounding them. It would have been cooler to have been like, man, let's go watch Adamus blow some shit up. But then Alternative, totally different. They went full slice of life, but they went to a fuller slice of life. Instead of the action, we get the friends all hanging out. Like, I think in all of them, Haruko, like, does not show up much in Alternative, I felt. She's just kind of there, you know, she's there to deal with the things that pop out of the characters' heads. And that's pretty interesting. That's pretty good. I like that. I like that a lot.
I still just feel like I want to like step into the defense of progressive.
It's fine. Like I don't think it's
No.
Yeah.
Neither we both agree that it's not bad by any means.
Just could be better.
Again, I like the way that progressive was done. Again, like for the same reason, like it would be way more interesting because to like follow one of the side characters because they were made to be more interesting than the main character, specifically so when you look back and you're like, what is this main character doing? There's all these crazy things going on around her, and she's just like not having it. She's just trying to block it out, and that's exactly what it is. Like she's just that like shell of a person, where in reality there's a bunch of stuff going on around her, and we have to wait till the end for her to finally realize that, and to realize that it's not just, you know, sulking and hopelessness and there's nothing that ever goes on in this town. There's actually a lot going on. You just have to open your eyes to it. But again, that's a personal thing. And maybe that just comes with the fact that I also consider myself to be a nihilist. And so maybe I just resonate a little bit more with this character and my own past. But stepping away from the personal, yeah, I didn't like the fact that Alternative was just like full slice of life. I thought that to be a little boring. I wish it was just a little more actiony. But, you know, to each their own.
Yeah, that's fair. I guess I also kind of liked progressive. It kept with the Evangelion references throughout, while like Alternative had very weird. They had different references, like the Bumblebee.
Very different references.
Like Bumblebee was in it. Like it felt much more Western to me.
Oh my god, that's where that. Oh yeah, thank you. Thank you. I was like, where have I seen this Transformers from?
Exactly. Yeah, no, it's just straight up Bumblebee, legally distinct Bumblebee in Alternative. Yeah. No, I liked it.
Thank you. That has been killing me.
Yeah. I feel like in Alternative, like the music was used a lot better than in progressive.
That I definitely
it might have just been because so there's a dark secret that production IG is hiding from us. Not all of the music was from the Pellos. It was actually only a select few tracks, but whatever. We're just going to move past that right now. So in Alternative, I felt like all of the Pellos tracks were like more Pello. Like it felt the way the music accented what's going on felt way more closer to what Fully Cooley, the original, was. Because in Fully Cooley original, first of all, every musical score came from the Pellos, and that like I don't know, like that's really cool. That's this random Japanese punk, pop punk rock band, alternative rock band, like made the entire soundtrack. And it, like, when you listening to the there's 3 albums. It's very weird. So they made 3 albums. The first album is episode 1, 2. Second album is 3, 4. Third album is 5, 6. I recommend 5, 6. The third album. And like when I listen to it, like I get taken back. And it's obviously a lot of this is nostalgia. Duh. It's the same reason why like Gurren Lagann is awesome and nothing. So I have a Gurren Lagann playmat, for Christ's sakes. I use it as a mouse pad, and Gurren Lagann, great. I listen to like Ro Fight the Power. Oh, it takes me back. So I just felt like progressive, it didn't quite have it the same way. In Fully Cooley, the track I Think I Can, like that's a moving moment when he's got to swing the bat. And in progressive, they use I Think I Can again, but it's in a really awkward scene and it doesn't feel quite correct. And when it crescendos, it's not this glorious moment of Naoto becoming more confident with himself. It's just kind of a moment. And in alternative, I had the same exact thing from Fully Cooley. So Fully Cooley, the episode Swing the Bat, they use the track I Think I Can to, accent the climax, and it's amazing. In Fully Cooley alternative, at the end of the show, where our main character Kana goes Super Saiyan, they use Good Night My Twilight, and that one is so sick. Oh, it is so good. It is my favorite song on that new album. what is it? Full cool generations, full on cool generations. And yeah, it's so good. And like that like that's what, like, I think that's, so I think just alternative was like overall put together better probably.
I would have to rewatch it to be able to distinguish that, because I don't remember the music as much as you do, but I also just haven't seen the shows as much as you have.
True, very true. And like, again, like I'm a fan of the Pellos. I've tried to see them, in concert when they came over to the West once last year, and I missed it because they were all scalped.
Ooh. Were they really?
Pretty much, yeah. Like literally, like
Ouch.
I checked an hour after the ticket sales went live and they were gone. So I think they undersold. Adult Swim like did all of it, and Production IG America like kind of like did all the promotion. And dude, they seriously underestimated. The one of the higher ups at Production IG was at Fanime, not this year but last year. And and I went to the talk and yada yada yada, and at the end they said, like, by the way, so like we're, like, you guys have to realize that like the reason why we're making Fully Cooley is because of America. Like, you guys are the only reason why Fully Cooley exists to this day. And as like almost a token of our appreciation, the Pellos are doing an America tour. We went fucking insane. Oh god, dude. There was not a single person that was not so fucking hype in that room for the Pellos. And yeah, like the tickets were gone like a few months later once they they did it. Like everybody was surprised. Like the higher ups at Production IG were like, "Oh fuck, people like the show. People like the Pellos. Oh no." So, anyways.
Yeah, no, like Fully Cooley has a cult following here in America. Yeah. Bar none. It's I would dare say that it has a folk following just as strong, if not stronger, than like the Big Four.
What's the Big Four? What are you talking about?
Big Four is like Naruto, Bleach, One Piece, and
yeah. I got you. The Big Four.
Because the people who do watch it love it.
Yeah.
And will probably put it above almost anything else.
Yeah. Ooh, excuse me. Actually, that's kind
of the other one's the Monogatari series. Like that has a huge cult following. It's a love or hate with that one as well. So like it's really crazy that a 6-episode short OVA has that strong of a following.
It is bizarre, and that's kind of the thing, right? So like the Big Four, of course, Naruto, Bleach, One Piece,
Dragon
Ball. Some people say Fairy Tail, but they're wrong.
No, anyone who says Fairy Tail is wrong, and you can tell them we said so.
a lot of people put Fairy Tail up, or sometimes they'll say the Big Five. Dude, honestly, a lot of people like Fairy Tail. I'm constantly surprised about how many people like Fairy Tail. So anyways, Naruto, Dragon Ball, One Piece, and Bleach. One of them is dead. Two of them got a sequel, and one of them is still ongoing, The Madmen. So, yeah. And
they're just like a robotic hand now.
Yeah, I think it's
set on a timer to draw every day.
I think it's just like it's like these years and years of brewing, of like we watch these 6 episodes and our mind is blown because like I don't know if you've ever watched the Plinkett reviews from Red Letter Media. They have a great line of like, you may have not noticed it, but your brain did. And so when people watched Fully Cooley, I don't think they realized like the coming of age story, the way the music works, the weirdness of the animation that we really quite haven't seen ever since. Like, we may not have noticed it the first time, but our brains did. And then when I go a year and I'm watching other shows and I'm really liking these other shows, and then I just get in a funk. And so I just need to watch something. I need something to kill 3 hours. And I watch Fully Cooley. And I'm like, fuck, man. Like nothing else gets Fully Cooley, leveled. I would say like the closest ones that I've ever gotten to are like Gurren Lagann, which, oh dude, I cannot wait for our Gurren Lagann episode. Oh god, I'm going to be talking so much. It's going to be impossible. I'm sorry, Gurren Lagann, you're not getting a word in. I'm sorry. I have so many thoughts about Gurren Lagann and how fucking amazing that show is. Gurren Lagann's another
audience,
X tier.
Before they think it's a solo episode, I will be talking.
Yes.
And I will be talking a lot.
You'll
I will just be edited out by Hale Danson.
Hale Danson. So I think it's like, because that's kind of an interesting thing about like how online communities and small communities kind of like are able to get together, where like in Fully Cooley though, like there's a lot less of us, and we keep trying to tell our friends that are into anime to watch it, and they're like, but Dale, I have
Fully
such
Cooley
a
is just the NRA of America.
I have
small but mighty.
I have such a huge list of anime. I'm currently watching Angel Beats, and I just have to finish it, and then I'm gonna watch all of One Piece, and then I'll watch Fully Cooley. And it's like, dog, it's only 6 episodes. Oh, if it's only 6 episodes, obviously it's not that good. I'm gonna watch Angel Beats. Anyways, so
Angel Beats is good.
Angel Beats is fun.
You gotta hate on Angel Beats like that.
Because you know what has a bigger cult following? Fully Cooley. I shouldn't even say that. I would say that the Fully Cooley fan base is not actually that big. We're just fucking ravenous for some good content, for some good anime.
No, you guys are the definition of fanatics.
Yeah, really, very. But
again,
truly.
It is a cult following. No one said it was a big cult following.
Yeah.
Or really a cultural one.
Mm-hmm. We're just very
it is so intense meeting a Fully Cooley fan.
Especially, and honestly, you might have a biased opinion because like you met me, which is like this big Fully Cooley fan. All right, check this out. Angel Beats Reddit 3,000 subscribers. Fully Cooley Reddit 9,000 subscribers. We win.
Because that's how you define victory.
Sometimes you do.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So yeah. Anyways, I've talked. I've had my fill.
I need you to take your headphones off and just engage with the world.
I do. Although I will say, maybe I don't like progressive because I feel personally attacked because I am somebody that wears headphones all the times, and I'm usually either listening to the Pellos, I'm listening to Glory Hammer, or I'm listening to podcasts. Also, recently I've been I've been listening to a lot of audiobooks. This episode brought to you by Fully Cooley, the greatest anime ever.
Sorry, we had to cut that part out.
No. So yeah.
I actually still remember the first class we had together, and you walked in every day, almost like clockwork, with your 2 little headphones in.
Hell yeah, dog.
You would sit down. Yeah. You had your wireless headset.
Yep. Still got them.
Sit down every day and be like, hey, what's up? And then it would just take like 3 seconds, and then it'd be like, oh, what? You would take it out and be like, oh, did you say something? Like every goddamn day.
Yeah, that sounds like me. Now, obviously, I was not that rude, but there were probably a lot of times that I did do that.
You did it plenty that I remember that as the norm.
Yeah, it's probably pretty norm.
I just don't understand how someone can listen to 100 hours of podcast a week. That's just a personal attack on you, but it's also just like sheer weird admiration for your ability to do something. I just like
podcasts. I just like podcasts. What's so wrong with liking podcasts?
I like music. I like podcasts. I can't listen to 100 hours.
Well, that's why you gotta listen to it on like 2x speed, dog. Gotta get through it.
Yeah, I still don't like that. So apparently I heard something where people are no longer cosplaying Haruko because they don't like the way she looked in progressive and alternative.
Dude, I like both of them. I liked alternative a lot though. Alternative felt like the adult Haruko, the responsible Haruko.
I don't know about that. Do you remember the basketball scene?
That was progressive. Oh no, that was alternative. Never mind. That was alternative. That's fair. That was a good scene. I liked that scene a lot. So I don't know, dude. I thought the designs were pretty dope.
I think people just love the original too much.
Maybe, but like I feel like the jump is not like that big of a difference. I don't know, dude. I mean, who's?
It might be once you
Okay, hold on.
nostalgia.
We're gonna back this statement up real quick. How many people are cosplaying Haruko? I saw 2 last year and 2 this year.
Wait, you saw 2 Harukos?
I saw
this
2
year?
Harukos and I didn't even take their photos.
That is so rare.
Yeah, honestly, I wasn't
That's
sure
like
if they're
Mewtwo in person.
I wasn't sure if they were Haruko or not because they were they just had a
What?
red jacket and pink hair.
That may have just been a girl that dyed her hair.
It might have just been somebody wearing a red jacket. Although I will say her hair is definitely pink in Fully Cooley, but then in Progressive it's orange, and then in Alternative it's like an orangey pink. So maybe that's what their issue is.
I don't know anymore. I wish we could see more cosplays from Fully Cooley.
No, I want it to be my small little community of me and only me and the
You want to make a smaller community within the anime community.
Well, you see Gabe.
About the anime community.
You see, Gabe, I am the only Fully Cooley fan. The Reddit is just a bunch of bots that I've made.
Actually, hold on. I don't disbelieve you in that.
Yeah,
I
fair.
fully believe you're capable of doing something so crazy.
Yeah, nah.
Oh, God.
Dude.
You can just go full no game, no life, where you can play with You can play on 4 different accounts, one with each hand, one with each foot.
Yeah, pretty much. There's like I don't know, dude. There's so much. Oh God, I love Fully Cooley, dude. There's so many threads. Maybe I think a lot of the reason why I don't like Progressive too is that like, you could like interpret Fully Cooley very differently, as to like who, like the main character is, like between like Naota or Haruko or like Mamimi even. Like I've seen a lot of hot takes of like Mamimi being like maybe like a full a bigger character than she is. Like I don't like Mimimi. It's because you're not supposed to like her, but like Mimimi's actually like she's a really good character in this story. And I feel like in Progressive, like we lack a lot of that. A lot of the conflict is set on Progressive on like Haruko, and I just don't like that. I don't think it flows as good. It also makes Haruko real fucking creepy. I guess she's also really fucking creepy in Fully Cooley proper.
She is really fucking creepy.
I've kind of forgot
you
about
realize
that,
right?
Yeah, no, she is. She really
comes out of nowhere and then
really
like,
fucking creepy,
quote unquote, like mentally sexually harasses a young boy in Fully Cooley until he finds confidence.
Homie, there's no quote unquote about that. There's yeah, I think that's why I like Alternative so much, because she's not as abusive in Alternative. She actually feels again, like she's sticking up for us.
We had this discussion.
Yeah.
So we've had this discussion, and for the audience, we believe that the order in which Fully Cooley and Fully Cooley Progressive and Fully Cooley Alternative have come out is wrong.
It is. It's very wrong.
We believe that it is Progressive, Fully Cooley, then Alternative.
True. Very true. I completely agree with that. Oh, I think Fully Cooley 1 and 2 are on Crunchyroll now too. So if you want to do the sub. Anyways, yeah, I would love to do. I've
already listened to the sub. I need to find the dub.
Oh, that's on Adult Swim.
Is it free?
Yes. I don't even know if there's ads. Honestly, obviously, I use an ad blocker.
Yeah, I need to go onto that because I've already seen it on. I saw it on VRV.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
but that's also sub. But yeah, that's the Crunchyroll VRV. But or Hideout or whatever the fuck it is. But yeah, on Adult Swim. The player isn't amazing on Adult Swim, but I'm not gonna blame him for it. Honestly, the player isn't all that good on on fucking
VRV.
VRV, yeah. VRV sucks.
Yeah.
I really don't like VRV.
Their offline viewing is super helpful though. Oh, God bless them. That's been a lifesaver for me recently. I have to go check that out on Adult Swim. Also, shout out to Adult Swim for still existing in the year 2019.
Hell yeah, dude. They are a staple of American culture.
Okay, yeah, sure. Let's go with that. Let us go with that.
Man, what else is there? Have we talked about how great the pillows are? Listen, guys, the pillows are great. Pillows are amazing.
So for people that don't realize, Fully Cooley's great. Fully Cooley, Progressive, and Alternative are good. Worth watching, definitely. The pillows are amazing.
Yep.
And Dale is a big Fully Cooley fan.
Big old nerd.
I think that covers about all of it.
Still want to get Atomisk. For those who don't know, there's a pirate king in Fully Cooley. I know we haven't been talking about it. We haven't been talking about the giant space phoenix that steals everything, because he is not a plot in the story. He is merely a distraction from the greater meaning of Fully Cooley. But he's a giant bird, and he's named after a Russian book that I should read.
There's also giant steamers that want to flatten out.
Oh, yeah, that's right. There's also the anti-spiral.
Because that's a thing.
Hell
that you
yeah,
can
it
just
is.
Make and put into a town.
Yep.
And people do not question it.
Yep.
But again, that is where anime thrives. When you can just do this bizarre, crazy crap, and everyone's like, totally normal.
Yeah, if so let's say that like Fully Cooley on the weirdness scale is a 3 and alternative is like a 1. Progressive sits at like a 1.5 for me, and I really want it to be more of a 3. Well, I think
really?
Fully Cooley alternative
Cooley sits higher than a 3 for me.
Yeah, well, like I just mean on a scale of 1 to 3.
Okay.
On a scale of 1 to 3.
You would have told me that before.
Scale of 1 to 3. Fully Cooley proper. Fully Cooley first season. Fully Cooley from 2000s. Is at a 3, right? It's fucking real weird. Very abstract. Alternative is sitting at a 1. Very realistic. For an anime. Progressive, like, tries to, like, I feel like it's like a watered down weirdness of Fully Cooley, so thus it's pretty meh. Pretty meh.
Yeah, I would put it between a 1.5 and a 2.
Maybe.
Yeah, I can see that.
I need to get these on my devices so I can watch them more often. So, yeah, that concludes our Fully Cooley discussion. Wow, dude, look at that. We, like, talked about how great this show is. And unless you've watched it, you're going to be really confused, homies. There's not much there. Like, I hate to say it, but like, it's pretty nonsensical storytelling the way Fully Cooley develops. I would love to make a 2-hour long supercut of Fully Cooley to Fully Cooley alternative, while Fully Cooley progressive is a flashback sequence. But I digress. That'll never happen. What may happen though is I kind of want to make a Fully Cooley a video essay, because I got
on the YouTubes?
On the YouTubes.
Hey, when are you gonna start that? By the way,
do you
have any idea?
I haven't talked about this to you yet, but with this episode, I'm gonna start uploading the podcast onto YouTube. By the way,
oh shit,
that's all. I have done some minor writing for it. I now have 1, 2, 3 video essay ideas that I haven't forgotten about by this point, so I really should just do them. And I need to be like not so self-conscious about how like the actual video part of the video will probably not be as good as I want it to be. So in order for me to feel good, I'm probably going to start binging Super Eye Patch Wolf, and yeah, and I'm just gonna have to remind myself that, listen, I have ridiculously high standards for myself and my own work that I will literally never be able to get to, so I just need to be happy with what I make.
Also, if anybody's listening to this, go to @DaleAndHisBeard on Twitter or Instagram
and annoy me
and tell him to stop being so hard on himself and that he just needs to start putting shit out there.
That's my
never
Fully
know
Cooley.
Unless he tries.
That is fully Cooley. What's my episode called? What's the subtitle? Fully Cooley.
Fully Cooley, believe in yourself.
Fully Cooley indie.
No.
That is Fully Cooley independent. It's the one where you can't be so hard on yourself. What's your Fully Cooley?
Oh my god. Yeah, that was such a long title for your episode.
What?
I have no idea what the hell my episode is. Fully Cooley, don't have an ego.
Don't have an ego. Fully Cooley ego.
Lose your ego.
I love it. I like it. Okay.
I for some strange reason, now that I have gained some sort of comfortability and confidence with myself and my life, that goes instantly from I am depressed nihilist to I'm an egotistical nihilist, and for some reason there was no in between there.
Yeah.
So I really got to just like tone it back.
Just gotta take a big old deep breath. Have a robot come out of your Oh no! Don't do that.
That deep breath did not work.
No. Okay. How about deep breaths off the pod? Evangelion. It's a thing, and
it's a Netflix original.
It's
never been seen before.
I don't think There's no way, right? There's no way they put the red letters.
If they put a Netflix original on that, I will scream at the TV.
Like I don't think they can. They
but
can't.
It'll make me feel better.
Well, they can't because they didn't pay for the production of it, but they did do a dub. They
did do their own dub.
They did their own dub. Oh my god. Oh god, there's no way.
For that, they will be able to say that it is a Netflix original.
There's no way that they do it. But fuck, wouldn't that be insane? Question.
Netflix has gigantic huevos.
Good old.
They will do it.
Yeah. So okay.
And we will hate them for it.
Theoretically, this is probably legitimately going to get cut from the pod, but I don't feel like doing the ending sync. Should we watch the same version? Because the watch party that I was talking about might not happen. So I'm thinking about getting the original dub because I remember liking that. The little that I have seen of it, I like a lot of people like. I'm a little nervous that like the new Netflix dub isn't going to be nearly as good. Again, this is just like a nostalgia thing. But
if we're able to get the original dub, I'm down to watch
it's
that.
Called the Pirate
I think
Bay.
We should also watch the new dub so we can have something to compare.
I don't know, dude. It's 26 episodes and we technically need to record next week.
Ooh, that's true.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm totally fine with either watching the Japanese on Netflix, watching the Netflix dub. I am going to acquire a copy by totally legal means of Evangelion with the original dubbing, and it will be on my iPad through totally legal means. So
I think I will just watch the new Netflix dub.
Yeah, maybe I watch
and
the sub.
Pray for the best.
Yeah, maybe I watch the sub. God, fuck it. So yeah, all right. I think that's fine. Okay, cool. Cool. All right, awesome. That's the pod. I'll put all the ending stuff in where it's appropriate. I feel actually very good about this pod. Good pod.
Yeah, I felt a lot better about it.
Yeah, all right.
I'm sure my voice is going to come out sounding super.
No, you sound a little sick, but all right. Do you have any last things to say?
For all of you out there, if you're ever congested, don't get on an airplane. That shit hurts.
All right, dog. Catch you later.
Peace.
Thank you guys so much. That has been episode 27 of Trash Chan. I hope you guys liked it. I really enjoyed talking about Fully Cooley. The cover image for this is done by @ChickenPineappleArt. The music is done by Surf on SoundCloud. You can follow me at Dale and His Beard. You can follow Gabe at Gabbork. That is at GABBORK. Trash Chan is now going to be across all of the internet. If you prefer listening to your podcast on YouTube, don't know why you would, but Trash Chan is going to be on YouTube now. That's at TrashChanPod everywhere. You can also send us an email, trashchanpod@gmail.com. Thank you guys so much for listening.